Howdy folks, welcome back. It's me Impulse and I'm bringing you some World of Tanks gameplay in the background, but this is not so much about the gameplay. This is about my frame rates in every single game I get. And why is that? Because I'm using the XFX RX480 GTR card. This card has got a boost clock of a core clock of 1288. And the card never goes over 65 Celsius. It never throttles down like most of the other RX480s when it gets a little hot, like most cards do. This one stays at this core. It always doesn't throttle down. The fans are loud when you're trying to get the most frame rates out of the game. However, as I run a 1080p 60 Hz monitor, I only have to do 60 frames per second. So when I've gone into Radeon settings and change the global settings to 60, you never hear the fans. Well, you do, but you don't hear them a lot. They're very quiet because I'm not using the full potential of the card. This card is absolutely fantastic. I recommend it to everyone. And the reason why I want to show you these gameplays, because I thought I'd jump into World Tanks, because I was going to do the Division, but I'm still having the issue on Division where it's not so much it's not going to full screen now. It is in full screen, but it just crashes. It just literally crashes, or it won't let me get into the game. It's done it before and it's just annoying. Don't worry about the gameplays. These were the first couple of games I played to see how the card was performing on this game. I haven't. Right, the settings are completely strange. Quickie Baby did a video on what settings he does on his when he's playing, and he knocked two settings down to nothing. Right. I went in and did it, and I recorded my last gameplay. I recorded exactly the same game and put those two settings back up to max, and there was only a slight 1 or 2 frames difference between what I'm getting now and what I was getting there. It's minimal. So these two particular items are the ones which are to make the game look a little bit more realistic, but it's also things which put you off when you're playing the game trying to kill tanks. So that's why everyone recommends it, and that's why all the really good players always turn off these certain settings. So I turn them off, and it does make it really good, but it doesn't affect the gameplay. It doesn't affect the overall look at it. It's not too bad. You're just reducing the thickness of the foliage, and reducing the amount of foliage that suddenly appears in the field. As you see, I don't have a lot of foliage suddenly appearing everywhere. I just have just enough, and it doesn't put you off, and it's absolutely great. It makes your game a little better. You also take off some of the ambient sound, which means banging in all this, which is designed to put you off. It is designed, and all the really good players, as I said, to knock these off. So just keep an eye on the counter on the top left, please, because to me, sorry, I can't get in there. Oh, actually no. To me, that 116, 119, 121 frames per second is absolutely fantastic. This card never goes under 100. It always stays. When I enabled the rest of the frame rates, I think the lowest I had was 107 to 105. But that was only every now and then, but I was still averaging at 115 frames. I'm averaging at 115 frames in this game now. It's absolutely fantastic. This card is brilliant. When I was using my R9-280X, I would average around about 70 frames. Wouldn't go, that's all of an average. I would have highs of around about 80 to 90, but I also have lows down to 60 to 55. So it was one of those cards which, when you get to certain maps, it does hit your frame rate. And I was just recording this to show you how it works. I am using, if you might notice on the top right hand side, I'm using the Relive software. It is absolutely brilliant. It's better than Raptor, and I like Raptor, and a lot of people didn't, but I did like Raptor because it was giving you the option. You get the same settings where, if you want your best quality videos, you'll have to get the bits per second. I still go for 50 megabits per second. Yes, it gives me big file sizes, but when I'm using Sony Vegas, that file size shrinks anyway. And also, please keep an eye on the top left hand corner of the ping rate, because you might notice it is going green and red every now and then. I'm constantly getting, this is on the European server 1, I'm always getting lag now, and this is the server I like. The European 1 server is the server I really like, because matchmaking is fair. You'll have a mixture of good players in each team. when you go into European 2, all the good players are on one side, all the bad players are on the other side, so you never have a chance. And I should have gone to my normal AP round, so I could have penetrated him right in the front in the machine turret, but it's my own fault. I got hammer racked as well. Bollocks, who shot me? And yeah, IS. Bollocks. I like the IS. Yeah. Right, so it's a third map, another map. See, trying to use different maps to show you exactly what kind of frame rates I'm getting. Once again, as you can see, hasn't dropped, and I will die very quickly in this game because, as I said, I was just looking to see what kind of performance I would get out of this game. So what I'm thinking is uninstalling the Division, reinstalling it, and hopefully that will correct the issue. Or it's just might be one of those things where they get, it's just playing up, a little buggy, and oh, I just hit. Who got hit by? Oh, better get out of that. Better get out. I'm betting on. Unfortunately, I don't make it that far. He's hit me again, and I think I'm gonna die in any second now. Yep, there. Yeah, I want to get my hands on that tank. Apparently, it's very good. This is the last gameplay. This is the last clip. This is where I set all the maximum settings, all the settings to maximum, including the 2 settings I had off in the last 2 frames. As you see, it does impact the frames, only slightly. And why is he telling me to fall back? Oh no, he meant to say follow him. Fair enough, I'll follow him, T32. Yep, I'll follow him. I shall say affirmative in a second. There we go, affirmative. I must remember the F keys for that, because I can never remember. The only one I do remember is F7, which is help, and I never get it. It's really annoying. But unfortunately, I don't last as long as a T32. But I do have a pretty good game. I get to kill somebody, which is good. It's always good to kill somebody. It's really good. But let's get back to the card. Yes, if you're looking for a graphics card, I would definitely recommend the XFX RX480 GTR series, because simple reason, I don't know how they managed to do it compared to all the other RX480 cards. This card does not throttle down when it gets to a certain temperature because the fans keep it at 65 Celsius. I do not know how they managed to do it, how they've worked it out. I am in awe of this card. It's absolutely fantastic. It is a hot swap fan design, which means you can change the fan for 3 different color fans. You can have a white one, you can have a red one, and you can have a blue one. You have to pay separate for those, but it doesn't come with any color fans. It just comes with a basic black fan, which I think is a shame. You should be able to sell it with one of the colors. That's my only criticism of the card. It should be sold with at least one of the colors, and you should have a choice on one of those colors, which one you want. It would have been better. If you wanted to change it, then yes, you pay to change it. I can't see why not. You can have a red and blue in there, or red and white in it, or that kind of thing. But overall, I do like this card. It's absolutely brilliant. I know the 1060 does perform better, but it doesn't, if you know what I mean. The 1060 is a good card. It has, I would say, maximum average frame rates a little bit better than the RX480. However, you take consideration the minimums between the RX480 and the 1060. The RX480 wins because it doesn't lose so many frames between the minimums, and that's where your lag comes from. And a lot of people have been saying the RX480 is a little bit more better for that. There's another reason why the 1060 I think is a losing card, is the fact that, how can we say it, you can't SLI it. You cannot put 2 on the same motherboard. Well, you could if you're using games which use DirectX 12, which utilizes 2 different graphics cards anyway, but you can't do a direct SLI configuration, so that card is useless. They're making sure you have to go for a card similar to the 1070, where you can have 2 on the same motherboard and get the performance of almost a 1080. With the 480, the 470 and the 460, you can SLI it. Well, SLI it, I should say crossfire it, and you'll get really good performance. This 470 is a little shy of the 1080, but the 480s are, in all honesty, very, very close to a 1080. So the two RX480s, you virtually got yourself a 1080. And even for cheaper price, I might add. So these are good cards, and I recommend the XFX to anybody. who wants to buy a card, I would definitely recommend this card. It's absolutely brilliant. I do have a game I have to it's a free download of it, which is Citizen 4 or Citizen 5. I'm not quite sure which one it is. It's the latest Citizen game, and I bounced that bollocks. Apparently, I got to download it. I got to figure out how to do it because it doesn't tell you very well how to do it. I suppose I better repent the gun. Right then, how am I going to get this tank kill? How am I going to get this kill? I should be able to kill him because, you know, yeah, come on. Oh, no, change mind, change mind of it. Oh, no, you don't want to do that. Oh, well, die, will you? Oh, a bonus of 3 shots. Off the St. Elm, 460. Oh, 110. That's not bad, again, some pretty good bounces. So, right. To recap, the GTX 480, the XFX RX480 GTR is doing me fantastic. It's a card I highly recommend to anybody. It's a really good card. Fantastic, brilliant, and I definitely suggest this to anyone who is looking for a card. You can't knock it. It's brilliant. It's a card which I fully recommend. It's brilliant. So if you're looking for a card, please get it. But if you want to stay in the video, if you want to go green, yeah, fair enough, that's your choice. But remember, if you can hold out a little bit longer, I couldn't at the time, you can get may get the new AMD graphics card out sometime next year, which is supposed to be very, very good. And it's meant to be giving NVIDIA a run for money, and also I believe Intel have now signed a contract with AMD to run their graphics cards with their CPUs, which is absolutely fantastic. Well, just come to the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit that like button. And until next time, it's me, Will, sign off and have a good day, folks. Bye for now.